Alright, what is going on? Ready Pretender here, back with another Honkai Star Guide, and today I'll be talking about what Planar Ornament should you be trying to get with the double Planar Ornament drop event. Pretty much, I will be going over each world, going over each relic set, giving some examples, and giving my input on whether you should be farming them. Before I get into the video, if you guys can drop a sub and turn on the bell icon for future videos like this, along with build guides, summons, other kinds of guides, and all that kind of stuff, would be greatly appreciated, and let's get straight into the video. Starting off with World 3, which does consist of Herta's space station, along with the Fleet of the Ageless. What these relic sets do pretty much is the space station increases the wearer's attack by 12%, and when the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, the wearer's attack increases by an extra 12%. As for Fleet of Ageless, increases the wearer's max HP by 12%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, all allies' attack increases by 8%. So I do not recommend farming this set anymore due to the fact that both these relic sets are sort of outdated. Fleet of the Ages less so due to the fact that some characters might benefit more from using this over some other thing. But as for something as Space Sealing Station, this relic set is outshined by other ones that you could be farming now, especially with more niche ones for other characters that might benefit more from just the attack percent. And for the most part, you only really are using these relic sets right here. And for the most part, you're only really using these Planar Ornaments if you have them farmed from a while ago, since again, there are, for the most part, better options. The bonus you get from this is nice, like a 24% if you have 120 speed or higher, and if you have 120 speed or higher with the Ages, all allies attack increases by 8%. It's nice, getting max HP increased by 12% is nice, but other relic sets just do more for the team. Other relic sets can be better for your DPS. So overall, I do not recommend farming this set of Planar Ornaments. Don't get me wrong, both of these Planar Ornaments are still very nice, but overall now there is just better options for the most part. Moving on to World 4, which consists of the Break Effect type Planar Ornament, and one that I honestly do not know how to describe this one, and I'm not going to try to say the name. But what the Break Effect one does is increases the wearer's Break Effect by 16%. When the wearer's speed reaches 145 or higher, the wearer's Break Effect increases by an extra 20%. As for this more earthy looking orb, increases the wearer's energy regeneration rate by 5%. When the wearer's speed reaches 120 or higher, the wearer's action is advanced forward by 40% immediately upon entering battle. Now, for this world, I would highly advise against running this world due to the fact that, for the most part, practically no one uses the set. There are some characters that can use it, but for the most part, those characters who can use it already have other Planar Ornaments that are much better. So going out your way to farm this relic set in particular, I would highly advise against it. Same with this one, more so this one as well, because this one overall isn't that great, and anyone who can even consider using this definitely has a option that is infinitely better. So going out your way to farm World 4 for one of these two relics is a waste, and I would highly advise against bothering farming these two relic sets. Moving on to World 5, which consists of the Effect Hit Rate Planar Ornament and the Celestial Differentiator. What the Effect Hit Rate set does is increases the wearer's effect hit rate by 10%. Meanwhile, the wearer's attack increases by an amount that is equal to 25% of the current effect hit rate up to a maximum of 25%. Celestial Differentiator, what it does is increases the wearer's crit damage by 16%. When the wearer's crit damage reaches 128% or higher, after entering battle, the wearer's crit rate increases by 60% until the end of their first attack. Now, this world I would recommend doing only for the effect hit rate set, because this is a good relic set for characters that benefit a lot from effect hit rate, such as Black Swan, Welt, Wenifin, and so on. As for Celestial Differentiator, pretty much all the advice I can give you is do not bother with the set. This set is useless, no one uses it, it is not great. 60% crit damage bonus, I guess just for free is like okay, but for a whole Planar Ornament where you can get tons of other benefits, I would not recommend bothering with the set, because this crit rate, you get it until the end of your first attack, and then it's gone, and now it's useless. This Planar Ornament is really bad, and so pretty much if you farm this world, it is because you need effect hit rate Planar Ornament, and you need it for characters that benefit from the effect hit rate. And so this is a world I would recommend if you have, again, characters that are built off effect hit rate. And besides that, again, do not bother with Celestial Differentiator. That Planar Ornament is very bad. Moving on to World 6, which consists of the Belobog defense set and Inertial Sado. What the Belobog defense set does is increases the wearer's defense by 15%. When the wearer's effect hit rate is 50% or higher, the wearer gains an extra 15% defense. As for Inertial Sado, what it does is increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%. When the wearer's crit rate reaches 50% or higher, the wearer's ultimate and follow-up attack damage increases by 15%. So I would only recommend farming this world if you have characters that need Inertial Sado. Inertial Sado is a fantastic planar ornament for anyone who has their main damage off their ultimate, such as Argenti, and for anyone that has their main damage source off their follow-up attacks, such as Topaz, Dr. Ratio, Jingwon, and so on. As for the Belobog defense set, it is not really a relic set that is used. For the most part, you practically will not be using this at all, so it's not anything to look out for. You can sort of use it on Jeopard, since the defense helps with shields and such. And getting to the requirement of 50% effect hit rate kind of helps with this freeze, but there's way better options for Jeopard, so this relic set is practically useless. So World 6 is a good option only for Inertial Sado. Do not bother with this relic set because Inertial Sado is a best in slot for most people that benefit off their main damage coming from follow-up attacks or ultimates. Moving on to World 7, which has Rutilant Arena and Broken Keel. Rutilant Arena increases the wearer's crit rate by 8%. When the wearer's crit rate reaches 70% or higher, the wearer's basic attack and skill damage increases by 20%. Broken Keel increases the wearer's effect res by 10%, and when the wearer's effect res is at 30% or higher, all allies' crit damage increases by 10%. World 7 is a fantastic choice for the 2x Planar Ornament drop event. And that is because Rutilant Arena alone is a very, very powerful Planar Ornament. It is very, very powerful for anyone that has their main source of damage come from their basic attacks, such as IL Danhang. And the skill damage increase is fantastic for anyone that has their main source of damage come from the skill, such as Jinglu. The 70% requirement for crit rate is a bit steep, but if you can achieve it, be it through buffs or if you just have enough in general from your relics, Rutilant Arena becomes the best in slot for some of those kinds of characters. Moving on to Broken Keel. Broken Keel is practically the best for almost every sustained character, such as Fushuan, Luocha, Jeopard, and so on. The extra effect res that you get helps with the actual bonus itself, which when you have 30% or higher effect res, all allies crit damage increases by 10%. Getting the 30% or higher effect res alone helps your sustained character do better against battles that are harder and have CCs and all that kind of stuff that could mess up your rotations. So that alone is nice, and also giving your allies a 10% increase to crit damage is also very, very good. Because again, not only are you getting more sustainability from having more effect res, being more immune to debuffs and such, you are also giving your DPS 10% more crit damage, which isn't a crazy amount, but it is a very nice bonus to have and is very good for sustain units. So if you have characters that have their main sources of damage come from basic attacks or skills, or if you have sustained characters that are needing good planar ornaments, World 7 is one of the best options you can farm. Very, very good option. Definitely would recommend it. And now for the final world, World 8, which consists of the Glamoth set and the Penacony set. What Glamoth does is increases the wearer's attack by 12%. When the wearer's speed is equal or higher than 135/160, the wearer deals 12%/18% more damage. As for the Penacony set, increases the wearer's regeneration rate by 5%, increases damage by 10% for all other allies that are the same type as the wearer. So this world is also recommended because Glamoth has practically become the best in slot for any DPS that you can achieve 160 or higher speed with. Because with 160 or higher speed, you not only get the free 12% attack boost, but you also get a 18% increase to damage dealt. So any character that can achieve 160 speed, be it through their own or be it through buffs, Glamoth is most likely the best in slot Planar Ornament for them. Moving over to the Penacony set. At the moment, this set is more niche and mostly used on the mono quantum team, which consists of Zele/QQ, Fushuan, Lynx, and Silverwolf. It right now is niche because, again, as I just mentioned, it is requiring your element to be the same type as the wearer. So with Mono Quantum, you would run the Penacony set on everyone that isn't Zele/QQ. So you put it on Fushuan, Lynx, and Silverwolf. And the effect of the damage increase does stack. So you're giving your DPS a 30% damage increase if all three of your other units on the Mono Quantum team have this relic set. There are also some other scenarios where you can use this set, such as putting it on Bronya, and if you put it on Bronya, pairing it with Blade, you can increase his damage, because the 5% energy regeneration rate that the set gives is nice, but you definitely also want to make use of the 10% for other allies. Right now, again, it is mostly niche for Mono Quantum, but can be situationally used for other teams. And I would definitely recommend this world if you, one, have DPSs that can achieve 160 or higher speed. Again, via their own or buffs, doesn't really matter. As long as they can get to 160 speed or higher, they get the 18% damage increase. Or you are running Mono Quantum. And if you're running this world for specifically Mono Quantum, you get the most out of it because the Glamout set is Zele's best in slot, and the Panaconi set is going to be the best thing to run on your Mono Quantum teams that are not the DPS. So overall, I would also recommend this world. And yeah, so that is every world for the Planar Ornament event. I hope you guys did find this video helpful, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.